time to talk about the only prediction that I got right for the second leg of the quarterfinals in the Champions League, Barca versus Juventus. I was right. I knew it. It was easy to call if you're a delusional Barca fan. And you thought, oh yeah, dude, we're gonna score 4 goals at home, beat them 4-0, and we're just gonna beat the shit out of them, and we're going to the semis. Yeah, I'm glad you got a little taste of reality because what you did to PSG never happens. And honestly, the only reason you did it to PSG is because PSG never faces good opposition in their league. So this is like the first time that they're actually tested. They actually get a good test. They actually play good competition. And what happens? That's why they don't go far in the Champions League, man. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like Barca should have not even beating PSG, but PSG doesn't even play good competition. You know that, and they're I don't know. Their style isn't really their style is kind of like attack heavy, and when you're just attacking and attacking, when you have two attackers going at it, the best attacker is gonna win, and of course, Barca just beat PSG because they were a better attacking team. But I love this matchup because it was defense against attack, and the defense prevailed. I'm a big defensive guy, and Gegard. Wait, who Gegard? I don't know why I thought about him. Who was I believe Cellini was man of the match if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Cellini was man of the match. Um, yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect to happen? You had let's see the shots on shots. You had 19 shots in total. 19. Only one shot was on target. This is the match stats. So even though it seemed like you guys were fucking shooting for days and 30, you had 35 shots over the whole 2 legs, and in the second leg you only had one on target, man. It's like, what do you expect? Cellini showed up. That whole defense is just solid. Cellini, Bonucci, their backup center back, Barzagali. They're they're solid, man. It's a solid defensive squad. They're the best probably defensive squad in the league left because Real Madrid has Pepe and Varane both gone. Well, not gone, but out due to injury. If you want to talk about, they were probably second best behind Matt Hummels and Boateng as the two center back pairing. You got David Alaba, Philip Lam. Bayern Munich had the best defense in this Champions League, no doubt about it, of the remaining teams. And then if you go second, I mean, you can honestly make an argument that Juventus had the best defensive team. The best defensive lineup in the Champions League too, better than Bayern, because Danny Alves is just as good as Philip Lam and faster, and there is an older, experienced guy. Yeah, then you have Alexandro and David Alaba, who David Alaba beats him. You can easily make a case that Cellini is better than Boateng, and and Matt Hummels is also. But Matt Hummels is better than Bonucci. That's known. So you can make an argument that they were the number one defensive team. Um, and you can make an argument that they were just as, or they were, you can make an argument they're just as good as Bayern Munich and defensively. So, I mean, 65 possession for Barcelona. Obviously, I'm not going to get into deep into the match facts. I honestly, you didn't even have to watch the fucking game, to be honest with you, man. One shot on target out of their 19, Barca. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, were there other shots that you got? Oh shit, barely off the top, a little wide. Yeah, of course, but it's either on target or it's not. So those don't matter. Um, it was an easy matchup. Uh, it was an easy matchup for Juventus in the fact that I kind of felt like Barca was beat before going into this game. I kind of felt like their body language. You could tell they're just like, "Fuck, we're gonna have to do it again. And we're gonna have to pull another PSG miracle that they did against them, but against a way better team, a stronger opposition that faces top quality talent all the time, and they're actually proven in the Champions League because they lost to Barca in the finals 2 years ago. So I didn't see Juventus missing this opportunity to beat them. To be honest with you, um, yeah, man, it's just you didn't even have to watch the fucking game, man. You didn't have to watch the game. Um, Look, Lionel Messi had 5 shots off target in the match, most in his Champions League game since last year. Uh, Look at Buffon, 2016-2017 Champions League campaign, 9 games, 7 clean sheet, 2 goals conceded. That's another thing you can make an argument too. I honestly think it's Nair and Buffon for people talk about. Oh, Buffon is a has been. He's barely on the revive, and he's barely like he's just. And people saw a couple games this year and they're like, oh, he's not as good as he is. He's still old. He can't do everything that he can. It's just like, dude, are you fucking high? Like, you can make an argument that Buffon is still a top three goalkeeper. I mean, Neuer to me is number one. You can easily make an argument that Buffon could also be number one because of his stats and what he shows up. 7 clean sheets out of 9 games, only 2 goals conceded. Do you not know how fucking hard that is? Oh man. This is now his 46th clean sheet in the Champions League. Only Casillas with 54 and Petr Cech with 47 have more. So, I mean, uh, wow, that's a ridiculous stat that I had to share with you guys. But dude, I called it. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at the result. I knew this was gonna happen. If you thought Barcelona was gonna come back and beat Juventus, you're smoking some good shit. And I knew this was gonna happen, man. Barca isn't the team that they were before. Barca, they're just they're just not the same. Obviously, injuries have also come into it. I also think their squad is getting older. I'm a big fan of speed, and I like youngness. And but here's the thing: I also admire veteran leadership. Don't get me wrong, but I've I've said to trade Iniesta or give him away or have Iniesta go somewhere else because I mean you have an up and coming talent who's in playing that hardly plays anything, and then Andres Iniesta is really slow, and I mean I think people fall in love with their favorite player or the veteran guy who's always been good, and it's like no, there comes a point where it's like you're just too slow. You're not the best anymore, and you have to accept that. And I've been feeling that way for Andres Iniesta for a while now. I kind of feel he's like the Xavi of the 2015 team, where it's like give it up, and especially he's a really attacking guy. Where to the point where I'm just like the thing about Xavi Alonso for Bayern is that he doesn't really go up in attacks, and if he does, he's really predominantly a defensive midfielder, and he doesn't waste a lot of energy attacking a lot. He goes for crosses. He'll have a couple shots in the game, but he's predominantly more like he lets Lam go up and Alaba go up more. He's kind of like uh, in that three-quarter line from from midfield to the goal. And he's like at the three-quarter line as far away from the goal as he can be. Um, I don't know. You go back to it, man, and I don't know how Barca fans thought they were gonna win. I was talking to a couple of my friends that were hardcore Barca fans. Like, dude, we can come back. We've done it before. And you never count Messi out. Oh, I counted Messi out just because it's a better team. It's a better team than PSG. PSG is weak. If you don't believe so, I can make an argument on that all day, man. So and then you can make the argument they lost Ibrahimovic, and then look at them now. Monaco's winning the league, but you can't also account for. You also have to account Mbappe coming out of nowhere and having a great, having a surprising season. I don't want to say great season, but a surprising season. And yeah, I knew that I saw this coming, and I'm happy Barca's gone. I'm not a fan, but I do respect them as a team when they win and when they lose, and I'm looking forward more to the Clasico coming up, man. So I'll be doing my post thoughts on that, post results thoughts on that. But nonetheless, man, Barca's gone. Juventus is a solid team. Um, and defensively, Barca isn't that great, to my opinion. They don't like they're unproven and they're not that great. They let Danny Alves go, who people don't give him enough credit. Danny Alves, really, Jordan Alba is probably the best defender they have now, especially with the injuries happening to their starting center backs. So, uh, yeah, man, and you can make a case for, like I said, I don't know if I said it. You can make a case that this Italian defense, Juventus defense is the best in the business, is the best in the Champions League. with Bayern. I think Bayern and both of them have the best defenses, and I think you can make a strong argument that Dani Alves is just like a Philip Lahm, except faster, but not as quite not I don't not as so great as a soccer IQ compared to Philip Lahm. You can make an argument that Bonucci is like a Boateng and a Hummels is like a Cellini or a Cellini is like a Hummels, and you can definitely make an argument, a strong argument that Alaba and Alexandro kind of the same player. So this is a strong defensive team, no doubt. And then their backup, which Javi wasn't around for that leg, but you can make a strong argument that Javi and Barzagli are the same. So this is the best defensive team. These are two of the best defensive teams. I'm glad Juventus went off. I want Juventus and Atletico in the semifinals because I don't want an Atletico Real Madrid final again. They're just boring, and I want Juve to come back. And I think Juve matches really good up against Real Madrid because they can take the top best players and defensively and just do it. I mean, they can take the best top players offensively and they can hold them to zero. It's proof is in the pudding. They've done 7 clean sheets in the Champions League alone out of 9 and only conceded 2 goals. This is the best defensive team. You can make an argument that they are better than Bayern defensively. So I really want to see Atletico Juventus because Juventus Real Madrid should be the fucking final. If it wasn't Bayern Juventus, it has. I mean, if it wasn't Bayern Real Madrid, it would be Bayern Juventus or Real Madrid Juventus. Juventus also deserves to be in the final. So I'm hoping for that matchup, and we will see coming up. I will give my thoughts on when the draws come out to see who's facing each other, which comes out Friday at 3 a.m. in the morning for me on West Coast time or Pacific time. So I will be staying up late and watching that, and I will be coming up probably around 6 in the morning with my predictions on everything. But this is the only prediction that I had got right for the Champions League quarterfinal second leg, so I am relishing in it, and I will be making a Monaco Dortmund coming up, which we'll talk about that. But yeah, man, this is a great thing for Juventus, and I really hope Juventus. I really hope if it's Juventus Real Madrid, I don't mind anyone. I don't mind the winner. You know, my Mexican family in Mexico who are big soccer fans. They watch every league, and a lot of my cousins are big. When they watch the Italian league, they all have Juventus jerseys. They're big Juventus fans, so I'm happy for them. So we'll see. We will see what's going on, but I hope for nothing less but fucking great semifinals. So we'll see the drawings. Friday, 3 a.m. What Pacific time? I believe it's 6 a.m. Eastern time if you want to watch, and then 5 a.m. That Mountain time or whatever. But yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your day and give me your thoughts on the game.